We're going to be doing some demonstrations on the 39 Extreme Black Widow. But not only that, talking about projectors, how much money do you spend for your projector? I think you have to spend for a projector to get an amazing picture. And that's something that we thrive on over here. We don't spend the money for high-end, expensive, overpriced projectors. I show this off quite a bit in a lot of the forum sites we go through. This is a Chrissy LW400. This is a fantastic projector with our screen paint products. And as I showed you in our demonstrations, we don't have to be subjected to dark environments. Usually, these are the environments I'm used to seeing when I'm watching YouTube demonstrations on screen paints. Very dark environments. Projector we have here sitting on the floor is my NEC projector. I paid 130 for this one. I got two of these. 130 for this one. This projector I have right here is my BenQ. My BenQ I paid 140 bucks for. That projector we're going to be using, I paid $109. So as I said before, this is what I'm used to seeing in most environments. This is actually my gaming room. It was my office, but my office was transferred downstairs. So I still like to have my lights on. And one of the things I do enjoy is having my windows open. I do not like to be in the dark. And even, as I said before, even in a dark environment, because in the next room over, we're building a dedicated theater room, you will see where gray screens and white screens are the worst thing you can use for dedicated theater room setup. Number one, you're going to be splashing a lot of that excess light all over the ceiling and walls. So let's get all this pushed back so we get some actual light in the environment, so it's not too dark in here, because like I said before, I don't really care too much to be in dark environments, and we specialize in ambient light projection technology. Something I don't see a lot of when I'm watching demonstrations: window light. I see a lot of window lights covered with windows, awnings, whatever you can possibly name it. They try to block out as much light as possible. Large pieces of furniture, anything they can have in there to basically block out as much light so it doesn't make any contact with the screen. Here we are over here. So put you over here. We're set up over here. Now, like I said, in our demonstrations, we have screens in the ceilings. We have screens outside. And in these demonstrations, we can show you that none of the projectors that I have here in my environment are, let's see, the highest ones are 500 and down. That's it. That's all I spend for projectors. So now we have our window light. We got our overhead light. Let's begin. I'll go back to the very beginning on this one. And this right here is a 39 Extreme Black Widow. This is actually the blackest screen paint we have so far. This is not going to be available yet, still under testing. But let me show you what you're supposed to get at the end of the day. Not a washed out faded screen. That is the last thing you want. All right, so let's begin. And this is the kind of image you should be picking up in a fully lit environment. Mind you, have our windows fully open, lights coming through, and we're able to produce a nice, bright, beautiful color image. One of the beautiful things about this technology is not only can it produce a 100% contrast level, as I said before, something that a gray screen can't do. Even if it's our technology, it uses the contrast shifting technology. Those screens, the LT, light, gunmetal, and gunmetal do not have the capabilities of pulling a 100% contrast level. Only the black screens have that. And as you can see, the white levels on the technology, we've actually enhanced the heightened technology, which allows the screen to be able to pull up even higher white levels. So as I said before, if certified screens can't match this technology, yeah, screen paints don't even stand a chance against it. And at that, we don't have to spend the money for expensive projectors. Cost for my projector was $109. And this is without calibrating. This is without dark environments or any of that nonsense at all. Reason why you see, sorry about that, demonstrations where they'll say that, hey, you have to be in an ambient light controlled environment, I love that word, controlled environment, because the screen is having a difficult time maintaining color and contrast levels in a fully lit environment. As you saw by our demonstration, our promo demonstration when you first come onto the channel, you will notice a church giving a dedication video to us on a screen size that was over 1,000 inches in that demonstration with tons of light. And one of the problems they had with that screen, they had a very hard time picking up on a white screen. And usually when people are dabbled with white screens, the next step to go near is a gray screen, and they'll have the same reaction. It'll have a little bit of a bump, but most of the time it'll be a screen. It's going to be washed out. It's not going to pick up red or blue or green or any of the colors that are required. It's going to come out pretty bad. Now, just to show you that the reason why a lot of these people, or some people who are developing screen paints, people who have companies, the reason why they had to rely on such high-end projectors, because again, without the projector, the screen doesn't look all that good. So they have to depend on where we don't have to do that. We don't have to depend on high-end projectors to make the screen look good. This is why when you buy a product from someone and you get it home and you don't get the same results, it's because they were using a high-end projector in the demonstration. If you don't have the same projector or equal, you can't get the same image. So in order to get this image, it's going to cost you probably about under $200 to do it. That's it. Because the technology comes from the screen. The projector, on the other hand, we don't have to spend the money. And if we don't have to spend the money, that means the consumer doesn't have to spend the money. But if you're watching the demonstration with a $3,000, $4,000, even if it's anywhere between $1,800, you're going to have to, in order to get that image, you're going to have to spend the money for that projector. Okay, so let's come out of here. I can show our bright levels off with no problem. Oh, in order for a black screen, as you see right here, in order for you to see the text crystal clear on the screen, that means it's going to have to pour a high enough white level so you can read the text. And we can do this at 250 inches easy. I had somebody talk about a church demonstration. Have you seen my promo demonstration comes on? That's a screen that's over 1,000 inches. Yeah, been there and done that. We've done churches. That's when you come on and see my promo demonstration, yeah, that is a screen over 1,000 inches. It's a mega church. So we've done that, right? Matter of fact, this week, matter of fact, should be the day of tomorrow, we're sending 2 screens over to England for a church over there. They want something simple and plain, something with contrast, something that's going to be able to reflect a ton of ambient light. And as I said before, gray screens, well, this is our technology. Our technology is ambient light rejection, but other gray screens, they're not ambient light rejection. And it says it right there on a lot of websites, still clearly state that the screen is not ambient light. And if it's not ambient light rejection, you cannot use that in a commercial or a house of worship due to the fact that there is going to be a ton of window light in that environment. Look how beautiful that looks. No calibrating. So if I lay a gray screen up here, it's going to wash out. If I put certified screens up here, it's going to wash out. That's why anytime we do a demonstration, we always show you the colors first. I'm going to contact this fellow because I might do projector packages again. Because, like I said, perfect projector in my book. When people advise me what projector to buy, they don't want to spend a lot of money at the end of the day. They want something that's going to look fantastic on the screen right out of the box, no calibrating, no dark environment, something that's going to work inside and outside, and most importantly, have lens shift technology, which is very important because, man, lens shift, I don't know how people live without it. It's amazing. But anyway, that would be the Christie LW 400. Perfect projector, 4,000 lumens, inside and out. Fantastic projector. And on top of that, extremely affordable. I'm still posting and sending people to a few merchants on eBay that are selling those projectors. for those who are asking about the lamps are very cheap. I get my lamps for around, I say anywhere from $55 to around $63 on Amazon. So lamps are very affordable.
This is a real B&H customer story. Steph Mavis came to B&H to take her photography to the next level.
Now keep in mind, if anyone, and I mean anyone, I don't care if certified or not, tells you that you're going to be able to achieve a 100% contrast level off a gray screen, they just lied to you. Not going to happen. And for those of you who, for some reason, I don't know why you Pinocchio that nonsense, if you honestly believe that, then do me a favor. We got a challenge for you. Outside challenge. Contrast picks up on a black screen no matter where it sits. Doesn't make a difference. So we'll give you an ultimate challenge for all of you. If you really believe this, that a gray screen can pull a contrast level, you should be able to pull a star field outside at 6 o'clock in the evening with no problem. It shouldn't fade. Mind you, when you do this, you can't have any tan and no discoloration. It has to be jet black. Contrast pulls up anywhere. The reason why I like to do have the challenges outside, because there's no way to get around it. You can't basically use the block curtains. You can't put furniture up. You can't do anything. You don't have no walls, nothing there to protect your screen. You're out in the open. That's why we choose to do them outside. We put those challenges. There's no way around it. And if some people think you can go with a high-end projector at 50,000 lumens or maybe at 5,000 lumens, bad idea. Because you already have a screen that's going to have an issue with light in the environment. It's already going to wash out from the door. Now you're just adding more light to that equation. You're going to wash it out even faster. So let's see, my projector prices that I pay in here, this is why I have so many projectors, because I don't pay for anything. BenQ, 140 bucks. NEC, 130 bucks. Chrissy projector, $109. Dedicated theater room, we're working on right now. I just finished that up today. $95. Can you believe that? I got that for $95 in the box. People are asking me what kind of projector this is. This is actually an Epson Ultra Short Throw Power Light. That's a 585W. $95 in the box with the stand. This is the one I paid the most for. Well, Chrissy. This is a Chrissy LW505. These things are kind of hard to get because I got two of these in here and both of them were duds. This is a hard projector to get. This projector cost me 500 bucks. It's one I have here in the theater room. You know why? Because this projector has an insane lens shift capability, which means I can duck under the fan and still hit the screen with no problem. Yeah, they're really hard to get. The remote controls are even harder to get. You can get your hands on one of them, but they're 500 bucks. Let me see. Taco's projector. Yes, my cat has his own projection screen set up in here. We got to finish it off too. $35. That's an Optima. Got that for 35 bucks. Yeah, I didn't even see you there, buddy boy. You sitting there like, man, you was just coming to my room. You in here chilling? All right, whatever. We got you. I'm gonna order your speakers today. ViewSonic projector, 150 bucks. 720p. Woo! Man, almost killed myself on my own stairs. God is good. Landed on my feet. Visual room. Oh, we could run this all day in here. It doesn't make a difference. This is all ambient light rejection technology. It makes no difference. 140 bucks. $60. That's all I paid for here. And this is what I'm setting up next. This is going to be my little office shipping area because I don't use none of this in here. This is my other projector, $45. I actually got this one cheaper than that one. 45 bucks. This is the one I have upstairs. I want 4 of these. Guy had them for 45 bucks. I went and bought all of them. This is what we're setting up in here. So all this is going to be gone. We're going to get rid of this, all this together. We're going to advertise, I might put gunmetal here. The 39 gunmetal is going to be going in here. We're going to take all this out, redo all this. I'm going to do it on a thin sheet of plexiglass. It's going to stick that far out with some LED lights behind the back of it. Look at my cat. He loves this, right? This is his section now. This is his section. He loves this. This is it. This is all we pay for projectors. Oh. Let's go downstairs to the workshop. We forgot the workshop. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. $300 Sony projector, 140 bucks for the NEC short throw. Sony VPO FH36, 300 bucks. Sony FH36, that's a 30, that's a 36. This one has an extended throw for movie theater setups. This one right here cost me 300 bucks. Chrissy projector over here, 401. This is the one I mainly use the most for my wallpaper setup over there. 270 bucks. Chrissy 1080p LW501i. This one right here cost me 275. I got them both from the same merchant. Yeah, oh. $500. Chrissy. These are used for huge setups. It's 65 or I think 6,500 lumens just when it comes with that massive giant case. We don't count that. That's a test projector. And then we got some other projectors underneath there we don't use or just for something else. We had 2 of these. I actually had 2 of these and I had a Panasonic. Customer came down. I gave him the Sony and I gave him the Panasonic because I wasn't using them. I didn't need them. And I still don't need them because it was just too many projectors at one point. Most people, when they buy projectors, they get one projector and that's it. We don't have to go through that because the technology does all the work. The projector in the kitchen is the one I bought from upstairs. See that giant case right there? See that projector sitting downstairs? When I told you about 6,500 lumens, they come in these cases. Projector right there, that's what I paid 40 bucks for. Got a bunch of those. Got an in focus projector, 35 bucks. Another ultra short throw projector, $45. We got a Powerlight 460 over there sitting in the corner. Another optimal projector there. I don't even use these. I'm cleaning up this mess. Trying to figure out what we need, what we don't need in here. Yeah. And I got 2 other projectors right now. Actually, 3 projectors I'm looking at buying. One is a 35 millimeter that you feed film through. The other one is a CRT projector. If you've ever seen those, I need one of those for some demonstrations for companies. And I want to check out the vintage wear. And I found out there's another projector that's another top tier. It's supposed to be better than Chrissy. And it's very reasonable. It's 500 bucks. I'm definitely grabbing one of those. I've seen a few people on forum sites with them. I was like, what the heck is that? And it was like, oh, this is so and so and so. Can't pronounce it for Jack. I was like, how much they run for? So you can get them for about $500, $600. So that's what I'm picking up. See how this projector turns out. I like the Chrissy's so much. What's my favorite projector? Chrissy is my all-time favorite projector. All-time favorite projector. I bought so many Chrissy's, it's not even funny. I used to have all Sonys in the house. So the Sony VPO FA30, I had 5 of those. I had them running through the entire house. I bought the Chrissy, got it here, hooked it up, right out of the box, boom. Swapped all the projectors out. I mainly used to have all Chrissy's in here. Then I realized I had too many of one projector. We had to switch it up in here, so you had to have a little bit of everything in here. So let's go over to Which keyboard are we on? I have no idea. What keyboard? Oh! I found it. Here you go, people. Remember I was telling you about Shark Tank? Yeah. Yeah, I got accepted on Shark Tank. Man, I got so much stuff, man, I'm attached to, it's not even funny. Here you go, people. Shark Tank, right there. This is my gray screen paint. You know, that stuff that people make now, it's, ugh. At the end of the day, yeah, this was our gray screen paint. This is how advanced our gray screen paint that we got contacted by ABC for Shark Tank. If I tell you something, trust me, I got the documents to back it up. I never talk about anything unless I have proof of it. And there it is right there. Shark Tank casting. Boom. Now see, that's the funny thing about it. Here, back then, way back, when I was designing gray screen paint products, I was contracted with a 10-year global contract overseas. I had already received a chance to go on Shark Tank and display my products. When I tell you that the digital one crystal screen paint is far better than the screen paints they are on the market, not joking with you. I don't see anyone showing you any documents at all, period, backing their products up. We can back ours up 100% with no problem whatsoever. So if my technology, my gray screen paint, was that advanced back then, imagine what the black technology we have now that's far more advanced than the stuff that we were getting offered for us left and right to come on for shows and demonstrations and all that other good stuff. When I tell you that the gray screens are obsolete, that they're old, unless they have our advanced technology attached to it, then they're old. Because we know how they're made at the end of the day. Black and white paint. That's why if you look under demonstrations under the LT gunmetal, under the 38, you will see that demonstration being done on a 1,000 lumen projector at 14 feet back, fully lit environment against gunmetal screens. You don't see screen paints doing those demonstrations because they can't beat the gunmetals. Let me see what we got going on here. I'm gonna do, let me see, this is my keyboard? Nope, wrong keyboard. Oh man, I hate to see what's going on in another keyboard because literally I've been hitting the buttons on that one quite a bit. Let's go with, let me see. Yeah, I'll never talk about something unless I can back it up. I don't talk trash. This is the reason why when we offer people to purchase our products, they don't buy. We don't have no problem. Like I said, if I tell you that my product will walk in anyone's home with creams and stuff making screen paint and crush your product, I'm not joking. And when I tell you that people are so terrified of our products that they will put money back in our banking account, yeah, we can definitely back that. Can't call your product the best if you can't beat the best. But next week, the 39, or actually after the 27, the 39 will go back into testing. And one of the testings we do against the 39 is we go and we buy all kinds of screen paints, products, to put it against that technology. Now, if they back down and they refuse to process the orders, then you already know from the door. You see this right here? You see that image that popped up, that jet black background? This is something I don't see in demonstrations with gray screen paints. They don't show that black background because that black background will wash out. Just skip that, go straight to color. Or we're doing contrast on here. Now, just to prove that the LT gunmetal is the most superior gray screen paint on the product, we are challenging anyone who makes a gray screen paint product to match that screen's test demonstrations. Which means you have plenty of time to start ordering certified screens, gunmetals, because that's what that screen's going to have to go against. As the other one. But as for this technology, no. Height and their white levels are 10 times higher than the other screen. Contrast level screen's even darker. And the most important thing at the end of the day, my customers don't have to spend a lot of money for a projector. Now, the only reason why someone would pretty much say that 720p projectors are not worth your money because your screen can't produce on them. You have to maintain to high-end projectors in order to get a somewhat proper image. I wouldn't say decent and I wouldn't say good. After some of the demonstrations I've seen, I've watched screens wash out on $3,000 projectors. That's not good. See how that red looks? That red's supposed to pop. It's not supposed to be faded and washed out. I think the problem is people are so used to having such a poor picture at the end of the day, they have accepted it. That's sad. That's when I go and I watch people have white projection screens set up for their backyard. That's the image they accept. That washed out, poor image, that's what they accept. Meanwhile, my screens look like OLEDs outside. Taco Bear, you want your window open up? You guys can watch that. I'll be back. Want your window open up, buddy boy? Yeah, man. Ah, it's belly rubs. We're going to, a minute here, get around this. We're going to take Network Gray 773. As I said before, if you match this screen, if you haven't shown a massive difference between the screen and your product, that's what's going to happen if you lay against that screen over there. It's a Dark Star 9. These are gunmetals. Very expensive screen. $3,000 for one of these at 100 inches. So, this technology is not only going to overpower a certified screen, but your gray screen paint products also. Now, for someone saying that, oh, this is not gray screen paint, what do you think gray paint is made out of? It's made out of house paint. That's what it's designed. That's why, if you put it next to Digital 1, it blends in because Digital 1 was made out of house paint. I know house paint when I see it, and I know how it reacts too. That's the reason why, in our demonstrations, we can paint black paint of any shade and throw it against our screen. Even draw on the screen with finger paint. with a paintbrush, whatever we want, and it will not match the screen. It will mark it up. Matter of fact, let's go back to the very beginning, because the title they never show. I could never understand that. Now, if you notice the contrast, yes, it's going to be better on the Dark Star 9. It's a gunmetal screen. Downstairs in the basement, they have a very difficult time because, again, in the basement, that's a max out zone. We have a ton of ambient light down there, way more than this. This is normal lighting for us. So, just so you know, if you match network grade 773 in any way whatsoever, you're not going to do well. A gray screen will never match the contrast level of a black screen. Never. Mind you, we're doing this on a projector that costs $109. It's 4,000 lumens. I think majority of the people who pop into the room from time to time are people who have gray screens on their walls right now. I know you're not liking it, but it's true. Your screen can't see contrast or color. It doesn't pick it up. You have a 9-year-old product laying on your wall right now. That's what you have. Again, I was making your technology, I was making that screen paint way before you even knew I existed. Major product. Got offers to Shark Tank, got offers from companies, all that. Been there, done it already. And what did I do with the offer for Shark Tank? I turned them down. One of the biggest problems I have with Shark Tank is basically when people bring their products up there, and it could be amazing products, they will belittle the product to make it seem like it's worth nothing. And whatever they give you is definitely something you need to take, which at the end of the day, they're going to own the majority of your company at the end of the day. So at the end of the day, it's not your business, it'll be theirs. You work for them. Some people don't see that. Some people are so desperate because they're so busy chasing the dollar. I don't chase the dollar, I chase God. So whatever is right for me to have, God will give it to me, if it's in His will for me to have. This is why nobody can buy me out. This is why no one can take from me at the end of the day. Isn't that beautiful? Let's go grab ourselves another contrast illustration. Let's see. Let's grab this. Some people still don't understand the concept behind screen technology. They really don't. They really think a screen is supposed to produce this really high fluorescent white light. No, it's the last thing you want to do. Seriously, go buy a white screen. It does the same thing. That's why the images wash out. That's why you have to go in and calibrate. This is why you have to be in ambient light controlled environments, because the screen's automatically going to wash out. Let's see. But they make it sound like it's protocol, like you're supposed to do that automatically. No, that's all a lie. That's because the screens basically can't do certain things, and therefore that's their protocol to make it believe that that's normal. It's not normal. Why are you sitting there calibrating a projector that costs over $3,000? Why? Why are you stuck in a dark environment when a screen's supposed to be ambient light rejection? How are you in an ambient light rejection technology and your environment's ambient light controlled? What did you just pay for? That's what I ask when I go into form sites. What did you pay for? What kind of, that's a JVC over there? How much? How much did that screen cost you? Why is your environment so dark? How come you can't show me the picture in your environment? Because mind, these people who set up these dedicated theater rooms are freaking insane. They're beautiful. So of course you want to turn the lights on and show the people that the money you invested into this piece of work that you put in, but you can't do both. Because if you do, you start getting this washed out tan. I can show you Batman off my screen and show you the environment at the same time. And then when I watch a demonstration where they turn out the lights, I'm watching all this white light reflecting off the ceiling and off the walls, especially on the floor. Even worse, when you turn around, I'll show you Mr. Mannequin, all that light pushes right back in your face. Okay, red color. So used to using the fire sticks in here, just speaking, got lazy now. For those of you that are big time gamers at the end of the day, you do know that contrast runs heavily in gaming. How are you picking up a contrast level? You gotta go out and spend all this money for these gaming projectors because you can't see contrast correctly. Let's see what else we have on here. Mind you, my windows are open the entire time while we're doing this. Oh man, I remember that one. That was a bad idea. What's this right here? This is an all black screen right here, displaying right now. So we're displaying it 148 hours of pure black. Yeah, you can't see contrast. You don't pick up a 100% black level. That's another reason why people talk trash about their products being to see contrast. All we got to do is throw you on an all black screensaver. See how you come up. That's right now running the color black on a projector that has a 1,000-to-1 contrast ratio in a fully lit environment, and my windows are fully open and exposing light right to the screen right now. I explained to you that you can't use visual graphic arts, any form of 3D mapping applications on a screen that's gray or gunmetal because it has to pull a 100% black level in order to get the colors to pop for visual effects displays. Gray screen paints can't do it. Oh, I like that. Now, see, I never find this stuff for downstairs. Never. That would look nice on the ceiling. So, 3D mapping applications, which we have over there, do not work on gray screens at all, periods, because they can't pick up the contrast levels that are needed. And mind you, when people are doing those programs, they're not sitting in a dark environment. Somebody who was wanting to paint their ceiling, and they wanted to do a kind of a planetarium design. You can't do that. Outer space is not gray, it's black. So how are you painting a gray screen to the top of your dome at the end of the day, and you're expecting for that to see contrast? We can spray our technology to a dome. You can have all your lights on in the dome, in the environment, in window light, and that screen's still going to display a black level. Again, 1,000-to-1 contrast ratio. So usually most people, if they do have a gray screen up there, they have to spend all this money for an expensive projector because they know the contrast is not going to pick up. So they're going to pick up projectors that's going to have an insane contrast capability, hoping to darken the black levels. Do you have any idea how much money they're going to have to spend? But when it comes to our technology over here, yeah, they can go with a 720p with a 100-to-1 contrast ratio. Heck, it could be a 200-to-1 it really doesn't make a difference. The technology is black. So for those of you who have a gray screen paint product like that, the question that should be asked is, can you pull up a star field demonstration in a fully lit environment? You can't. Again, as I said before, we saw the demonstration. If any of those products match that network gray 773 sitting behind me right now, it's going to have the same reaction in here with a 4,000 lumen projector. The more light that hits that screen, the faster it's going to wash out. You're going to have to adjust the light in the environment in order to somewhat pick up a somewhat decent, and I can't say black level, let's say gray level. Because you're not seeing black, you're seeing gray. Just like the Dark Star 9 sitting over there, which actually does pick up a better black level than the gray screen paint, as you can see, but our technology is 100% black. So a $3,000 certified screen can't match the technology black level. And yet the screen produces such an amazing white level that you can see the individual stars pushing through. So in order to get this to work, you're going to have to spend some money. Well, it's not going to actually work the way you want it to work, but to get a better image, you're definitely going to have to spend some money. And this is the reason why at the end of the day that our customers do not have to spend all this money for an overpriced projector. We don't have to have them. We don't have to use them. We can use cheap projectors in our demonstrations as long as they're not knockoff, because we don't support the knockoff projectors. You'll be able to get a 100% contrast level regardless. You do not have to spend the money for an overpriced projector in order to achieve better color and to achieve better contrast. As I said before, there's nothing wrong with the P2. P2 is an amazing piece of machinery. The problem is what it's being displayed on. All right, hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. We're done here. Thank you for your time. I have to go, and God bless.